Hello everyone, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I'm As Daddy Slim, and this is the VCT OCE 2025 Split 2 Relegations Day 1. We've got 20 teams who've entered into this little cauldron, this competition, all vying to try and get to the group stage. Only 10 can progress through, and we're going to be finding out from this evening how many of those will be going and how many will be falling to the wayside. We start off with our Group A matchup, and that is going to be Prevail up against Bandits in a best of 3. All the games that you'll be seeing either here or across the other streams that any of the other beautiful observers, casters, producers are all doing community casting wise. They will be, of course, on those streams, all best of 3s, all the way through. It's today. We've got the 30th, we've got the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So basically, your whole week is locked in for all Valorant action when it comes to, well, all the good stuff, I'd say. And welcome in, everyone. I hope you're all ready to watch some Valorant against 2 squads, of course, as we went through just previously, Bandits and also the squad of Prevail. Both of these teams attempted to make their way through in Split 1. They couldn't get past the open qualifiers. This time around, though, they have that opportunity with them presented right here. Can they make it through to the group stage? That is the question. But before we get into the said games, we're going to have a quick look at what the vetoes are. Now, this does say Abyss. Abyss is Corrode. If you guys don't know, this overlay is actually made by the beautiful man Atlas. So it's Atlas. If you haven't followed him on Twitch or Twitter, please hit the man up. Very great individual. He has not updated the map pool yet because, he's been busy. And that's fair enough. So Abyss, just think of that as Corrode. Bandits, Corrode. It's really good. It's a BAN. So ban. They put out Corrode. Sunset is gone. Bind and Ascent also. So our 3 maps for the evening. We're going to start off on Lotus. That is going to be the pick there of Bandits. They are going to be on the defensive side for that one. Then we've got Prevail, who have to go on with Icebox. And Bandits will be on the, they're on the side there of the defensive end. I will say Prevail as well. They picked attacking side on Lotus. And then for Haven, our decider, if we do go all the way, that is where we will end up in this best of 3 here. How will it go? Well, I'm just not too sure so far. I'm hoping it'll be a good watch, none the wiser. So, the players, they're ready, they're waiting. We're basically just making sure that they, understand the rules, put everything together. Look, it's been a little bit of a break in some of these teams. It's been a while since they've been in the competitive environment like this, but it's going to be a fun watch. It's good to be back myself because it has been a while since I've had the pleasure of actually casting some Valorant, at least for the VCT side of things, or VCL. There you go. Oh, Moobot came back on the other side. That's good. The overlay stuff's working. The Moobot's going through. All right, so I guess now we just have to sort of look at who is going to be playing this one. Also, the 5 players we have listed on both ends for this side here, if we can actually load up. VLR is not exactly that very well set at the moment, but for Bandits, it is Cairo, Swifty, and to be decided, and to be decided. Very nice. Okay, so VLR is not showing those ones. I'll tell you from the actual in-game stuff. So it's Wally, Swifty, Wilted, Cairo, and Gek. Cole is the defender's coach, or the Bandits coach in this case. And then that is all we've got for Maxi, Smiley, Shaggy, Crits, and Remy on the Prevail squad. And Bubbles is the coach there. And we'll just make sure that the boys and everyone are ready to go. Whenever everyone else is, we're going to get straight into this action, hopefully. It is some good fun. How long is the delay? Now, I hope that Sam's is joking when he says that, but he could be completely wrong. It is in the title, although the title is incredibly long as well, so I don't know if that's showing up. But it's 180 seconds, so that's what the set is. It's got to be 180 seconds for that one. But here we go. We are getting ready and jumping into the action. The agent's picks are about to come through here, and, well, I wonder where we're going to end up in that regard. As we have a look at what we've got for both sides here, Swifty's gone the immediate lock-in on the Viper. Everyone else more just taking their time with this one. Viper, especially on Lotus, can be quite useful. We're thinking a lot of the sort of wall setup, both defensive and attacking sided. And it does seem like we're going to get a lot of sort of the same here. Could almost be a 5 for 5. There are a couple of differences. Just the one duelist on both ends. But you see the Omens, Fade. So that's the Rays and the Neon. That is sort of that one little difference. And then we can go from there. Yeah. Thank you, Ernie. I appreciate that. I love looking across and seeing these things like 30 seconds later of all these very normal individuals. You know, just showing me what we need to do there. Just a very, very normal Twitch chat etiquette, really. And we are going to get the full 60 seconds, 70 seconds, 90 seconds. How long is player picks again? I think maybe 90 seconds. If you're not hearing audio from the player pick stuff, you would be correct. I just did not turn it on yet. Well, actually, no, I muted the audio when we went to the other side. You know, it really doesn't matter. None of this is important. What is important are the lock-ins. That is what we're going to have. So, defender side is Bandits. Right, it is the Prevail squad. We are getting ready to get into this one. Day one, all the action. I'm going to put it to this really quickly. Just hold your horses for just a second. That's if we actually load into the lobby. Now, this is the best part about it. Is you cross your fingers and hope we actually get into the lobby and that no one's crashed. And it looks like we have. So that's a good start. Also, if it hadn't been mentioned before, Tibbs is on the audio. On the audio. I'm on the audio trying to set things up here. I do apologise. Tibbs, I should say, is the observer for the evening. So, basically, if anything goes wrong, you can blame them in that regard. Let's get into this one. Best of 3, day 1 here of the split 2 for OCE. Relegation side, 10 teams can go, 10 teams will, well, perish. One point or the other. Let's find out what they will be here.
Bring them down.
So it will be the B sort of split for most of these ones together. Wally, take that all, fall away off it. Let's Prevail. Just sort of sneaking their way slowly up towards a possible look at this B site. Smiley was the one that's aggressed as far as they want to, but it's just a reset back towards spawn, getting towards A here. And if they get that timing correct here, this could be decent. Wally is the only one who's got any presence over towards the A side at the moment. Ooh, almost caught off there. Does spot the shoulder of Maxi. That'll get a quick rotation across. Don't get any much information off it. And off that as well, they put down the extra utility, one towards A. Distraction to see if they can pull others across. In the end, though, it's actually decently played by Bandits. They keep it 2-2. But oh, Smiley, this could be near Cairo. Needs to find this shot. And even then, they might still think it's a fake. 30 seconds. They go walking forward, and Smiley plays it perfectly. Smoke going down as well. Swifty trying to get this back into the site, but they should get a plan at the very least. 20 seconds. There's utility to use here for Bandits. It's going to be a little bit of a tough ask here. When do they start to use the utility to move their way in? It's Gek. Looking for these angles. Prevail, though, they're not giving any sort of angle. I say that, though. Gek. First one onto Maxi. Remy with the immediate trade back. Crits and Smiley, and they've held this one down perfectly. And Prevail get their relegation off to a pretty nice start here. First round on the board. And that is that one done there. So 1-0. Smiley and Remy with the kills. Coming together for that one. Gek only able to find the one there for Bandits as they'll put together just a slight little vibe. Swifty's gone and got themselves one little pistol. That's pretty much it though. be expecting too much from this round, but these classics can do work. Cairo's position, no, and Maxi delivers the shots perfectly. Seaside gone in a matter of seconds. And that is basically the round. Bandits will attempt to do something of what they've got here, but Ollie's about to be greeted. 3 players waiting on the other side, and Prevail are getting very aggressive here. Shaggy watching to make sure that nothing is caught in the back lines. As this is the perfect waiting game here. Who peeks first? Who gives away a weapon? Skek. Slowly waiting. This is Cinema. What a second round here. Couldn't ask so much better.
Retrieving flash.
Skek possibly a chance to grab a gun. The issue is, though, that they're about to be jumped on by the rest of the squad that are making their way here. They do manage to grab Shaggy. That'll be all in that instance. And, well, Wilton shall perish with the spike, and that will be the second on the board. So, nothing to worry about in regards there for Prevail as they get themselves the double. And now look for a bit of a bonus round here. Good opportunity. Couple of Guardians. Bulldog. Shaggy. One on the Vandal. Meanwhile, the rifles have come out for Bandit Esports Club. This is their chance to get themselves on the board, but it can also be a danger round for them if things don't go their way. Tildy down. It's Cairo. The Seaside by themselves, so have to be careful with this one. So far, again, it's been pretty slow play. The first few rounds here from Prevail. At least when they know it's going to be a bit more even. Second round, when you're going up against the Pistols, they were a bit more aggressive towards the Seaside. Wilted, pretty good position all the way pushed up here. Past the initial A entrance, and he could be on for some decent picks if he gets the timing right. Here's the utility. And oh, that's just missed them as well. That smoke delays. And again, thought about the A, and now allow this one to actually reset in towards the B side. So while he's going to be the first cab off the rank, Peak's waiting here. 35 seconds, so this will have to be it for this side here. While he's spotted. And I don't really think they're going to have the opportunity to contest this. They actually do come out, though. Gek, meanwhile, has got Remy. Cairo's done the job. Maxi finally trading one back. But Gek, a double.
Spike down, B.
And that's the spike gone as well. Crits will get Swifty. But time becomes the enemy. Flanks starting to come in. And you feel like Bandits have done enough here as Gek. Chance to knock this one away. That's a third of 4K to start this one off in just your third round. And Gek's up and running, and so are Bandits. First round on the board. Only lose a couple of players in the end, and that's pretty much the perfect way you want to do that one. I mean, realistically, perfect would be you don't lose a single player, and you have all the credits you could want, but drops should be able to come in. Everyone basically gets the full armor. Couple of the regen. But overall, I think they'd have to be pretty happy with how things have turned out there. Prevail. Rifles out now. And now our first real gun round. And seen some pretty slow plays so far from Prevail. This was one they did before, though. And Smiley, oh, he's stuck in that corner. There's a showstopper out, and Gek puts them down. Smiley, not a chance to get out of there. Perfect start for Prevail. Oh, sorry. I should say Bandits to this round. Instant 5v4. Looking over the A side, Remy got himself out in a pretty decent position here. That wall, of course, will delay for the time being. They've got to be careful because I don't really think they're going to have a chance for a trade here. Snake bite. Delay for a little bit further. So now they've got to hit towards A. Cairo's going to be the first on the defensive here. They're not able to find that shot. Swifty, though. Immediate trade back. 4v3, 50 seconds. They've got to hit in towards this site now. They could look for a late rotate, but already so deep in. Kits will get the plant. So they've got something to work with. Still though, 3v4 and Gek is coming alive again. Wally Swifty, it's an absolute carnage after that spike's gone down. And Bandits, 2 gun rounds, 2 very commanding wins altogether. You could say the last one, again, more of that bonus, but that was full rifles. And that just did not work out at all there for Prevail. Gek up to 8 kills already. Looking the goods. And now, the first time Prevail are going to find themselves a little bit behind in this regard. So they've got the other side here. Just realised I've got the music still playing. As good as that is, probably just have the audio of the game. Fun on both ends. Now they want to play this one here. Limited utility and weaponry compared to their counterparts, and although this is a very quick play in towards A already. Can't put up that wall, but there's no defensive on that left side, so they'll just get rotations over in the nick of time. They need to find some shots here. Utility all over the place on top of them as they start to make their way into the side. Plan to go down, and Wally, oh, that was the ultimate, tried to go through. Koa gets the one back on crits, but not before the Viper ultimates come through there. Get completely off guard there from Shaggy. And this round's looking really dangerous out here for Bandits. They've got so much to find. Viper ultimate is basically covering this one up. Might even just call a save at this point, but they're all so close. They'll start to make their way in. There's so many angles they need to clear, and it's just not going to happen. Smiley the immediate first. Cairo gets one back and Wilton together, but Smiley at 3k in the round. Cairo responds with 3 of their own. Tapping the defuse, but oh, Smiley! Beautiful shots! And the Omen wins it out, and that is a massive round for Prevail. Realistically, shouldn't have had much of a say on it, but they play quick on onto A. Cairo is left on their lonesome, and rotations, by the time they got over, it was just too late. So now, again, Bandit, luckily, with the credits they had, they're able to keep this one, even for the gun rounds, but I just know those are ones you cannot be giving up here. Those are rounds you need to deliver. They've responded in kind with a lot of aggression towards the A site. 3 fighting in this one here. Blinds on top of that as well. Gek swings in. Wally on top of it as well. And it's a devastating blast through towards A main. Change up the pace. Aggression forward from the defenders. Completely caught off guard there, Prevail. And now just the 2 players remaining. 60 seconds left in the round. What do you do at this point? They're still hanging around this A position, so they're going to try for something here, and they can maybe get themselves a double. Oh, they do. How do they come out on top there? That should have been a 1-for-1 trade at the very least. Doesn't happen. Smiley. Last couple of rounds. How good's this been from the Omen for Prevail?
Spike planted.
And now Cairo and Swifty, 2v2. Smiley up close. Flash up on that side as well. But that's primary jammed on both players. Tucking the corners. Should allow them to get forward. Doesn't last for that long though, and now the angles, where do you see them from? Swifty's barrel's been spotted, crits, hits it, beautifully done there. And now Smiley, they can distract from both ends. Cairo cannot find one. And how on earth does that happen? A 4v2 and they win it out. Massive stuff there from crits. Smiley's up to 9 kills. And Bandit Esports, 2 very winnable rounds. The last one before this, maybe not. Possibly you would have had them to win it just based on the amount they had when it came to weaponry, but man, this time 4v2 and they can't lock that away, and now the money in a really weird spot. We've got sort of a couple of rifles, Couple of the sheriffs. Now they need to find something here. This is their map pick as well, so be hoping they can keep this one even. Try and get something going on the attacking side, but a couple of rounds they've just dropped. Does hurt. Wilted. Close off that one, just the 1 HP on that Phantom player, and Swifty finally swings out, but Shaggy's dealt with them. Decide not to hang around for the time being.
Here.
Smiley. Just waiting outside C main, and this is where this one's going to hit. Cairo is going to be hearing all of this right now. They need to find at the very least one. They've only got the sheriff. Utility absolutely everywhere on top of them as well. Crits goes past it. They don't see Cairo. That's a Vandal handed over as well if they can pick it up. Staying alive. Primary's jammed for the time being, but it might not be long enough. Cairo gets himself another. Maxi and Shaggy, though, finding those kills. And it's left to Gek in a 1v3. They're all very low. Gek's finding the angles. Oh, a second as well. So Shopper comes out. Needs to find where it could be. Hits it as well. Oh, Gek. Bandits respond. You can't be letting them get away with that one. Prevail and Bandits trade rounds that they should be taking, both teams, every day of the week. And a massive, massive 1v3 clutch. It was set up by Cairo, though. They delayed. They allowed their teammates to get over. The damage was done on utility. And Gek doing the damage there. A 1v3. The spray on that second one was a little bit iffy. But it's the round nonetheless. And now Prevail find themselves in a really, really awkward situation. Who's going to get completely broken first? Or is it just going to be one full buy, one half buys win until the cows come home? Player lost early there. Smiley tries to sneak through, but the barrel spotted by Cairo. And Cairo's having none of this. Wally also gets Shaggy. And Maxi, well, we've already seen some pretty good clutches, a couple of 3Ks, and one thing so far isn't an ace. I don't think it's going to be happening here, though. Sheriff out. Spotted. Swifty will finish that one off there on a flawless round from Bandits. And here we are. 4 apiece. Nothing between these squads. And Prevail will call the timeout. Their first one. First one of, well, I guess relegations. So Remy wants to have a chat, and fair enough. This is sort of an interesting spot for them because they could still drop this half 8-4. Lose the guns here. Credits aren't going to be that high, even with a little bit of that loss bonus. And then maybe you do have to think, how are they going to keep that money together? 4 away, and Bandits golden opportunity if they can take this one here. Also vice versa. Keep themselves together. Tibbs is taking us on a tour. The black and white plushies. Yeah, that's what you do with the knife. Simple. Just spin it round a circle. Timeout done. Chat had. So we get ready now for round number 9. Need a response all of a sudden, Prevail. They were the ones that stole some rounds away. And they drop one that they should have taken. 4v4. Weapons all around for both squads. Ultimates, Prevail have the double.
Here.
Most present today, Shaggy. Playing this lurk, and oh, this is incredibly risky if they go for it, but Wilted leaves just on the other end. Cairo did the wall. That is immaculate timing in the end for them as Gek It's been a menace so far on this raise. Waiting on both ends here. Smoke starts to clear. It's going to be the B split in from the left side, and Crits trying to get the speed, momentum, the push through here. Needs to get some more forward. They've got 3 players are sort of waiting out this side. The plant, though, it should still go down. So 5v5 on the retake. A lot of utility used to get in. And Bandits have enough to try and force their way on the other side here. So Remy needs to hold this first one into Wally. That's a great kill. Locks out one. And now there's 3 players coming from the same angle. And Cairo's gone as well. Oh, Smiley is finding all the shots here. And Gek double up. We've seen some crazy things from them. Not this time. And Prevail hold down. Allow the 5v5 to come in. And they absolutely blitz any chance on that retake there. Smiley, they're up to 12. They're trying to keep pace with Gek at the moment, and they're doing a pretty good job. Just what they needed. 5-4. Money again becomes even. And again, just nothing between these two squads so far. It's been step up after step up after step up from all of each end. Wally, that was very close to taking out a couple there. Damage was done. At least to the one player. Now, that would have been something. And oh, we are going to get some early action towards the seaside. It's a double push up here from Bandits. It's worked out a couple of times, but now Gek needs to really try and get away from this blind. It just lasts a little too long. Gek out of the round. And now the rest are making their way on towards the seaside quickly. Crits will lead the charge. Wilted, the blind's not bad from that side, Cairo as well, because that wall was blocking. And then, oh, well, Wilted just swings, has a peek into 3, takes out 1. Round swung. 5-4 now. Let's Prevail. Try and change this one into the B site now. Cairo's got to be careful because there's both ends that could be guys. And oh, Smiley, the boost up is perfect. Cairo just out in the open. They wouldn't have been expecting that jump up. And now 3v3. Such a pivotal round here. We're talking about 8-4. The Prevail might have themselves against here, but now on the other end, Bandits find themselves in a little bit of trouble here. Shaggy gets wilted. And now 3v2, they need angles, they need fights. It's not happening. Maxi locks in the last 2. And now Prevail find themselves first to 6 here. And Bandits find themselves on a half bite. Credits in the bin. Couple of ultimates ready to go, but all of a sudden, things have just started to work against them a little. Winnable rounds for both teams thrown away, but it seems like Prevail might be at least able to execute here. Back out early, Smiley. Oh, Wilton, 3 just like that. Blind up and ready to go as well. Crits. Manages to dive back in, but that is absolute perfection. We've seen this before though, Bandits a perfect start with aggression towards A main. Prevail in the reset for the rest of the round. They were able to take it in a 4v2. And now a 5v3. Shaggy, first to peek into this one. Gek was shoulder peeking. Head is ripped off through the wall. Swifty responds in kind with a beautiful sheriff shot there. Crits tries to push past it. Swifty should be able to get themselves back into a position. They can relocate now. Cairo, oh, the Bucky coming out and only finds so much damage. Swifty needs a kill. They do get it. And now Crits, 2v1. It's been a very slow half for them.
30 seconds left.
Duelist hasn't been able to find the kills so far, but maybe in this 1v2 they can deliver. Spike planted down. Already so far forward for Bandits, and Crits is just not even thinking about this. Not even thinking they're that far forward. And Wally finds the kill. And Bandits, they got a little hairy there, but that was a half bite.
Push a button. Save the
And
day.
it delivers 6-5.
Where are you? Last round before the switch.
Nothing between these squads, and there might not be.
Out of here.
As we come to an end of this first half, 3 ultimates ready to go for Bandits. Crits and Remy do have theirs available. Shaggy's not far away either. It's the last round of the first half. What a start this has been. First series of relegation. Couldn't ask for much more so far. Blinds, utility, all out at sea long. Bandits think about some aggressive in there, and Wilton in the end actually finds a crit, so I'm pretty sure that was through.
Wall trick.
That smoke in the end as well, so another good opener from Bandits. But Prevail have been so good at managing to even numbers, and then on the after plans, they have been absolutely perfect, and once again, they get one back immediately there. Shaggy gets Gek, and now they're all worried about the B side as well if they want to get themselves through to way there. Swifty finds one, only the one. Cairo is gone as well. 3v3. I mean, with the ultimate pop as well. But they haven't committed to it. And now Wally trying to read what Shaggy's doing, and they get that kill. And any thought of the rotate has to be thrown out the window. They get back in towards A, but the ultimate's been used. That's gone. Still. 3v2. Opportunity. Try and get
30
this one
seconds
done.
left.
Clear all the angles. The Bandits know they've got the advantage here. Player-wise. Got some more utility as top of that. More information being gathered as Remy put down to half there. Wilted gets some information of where's one sitting in Maxi as well. Remy tries to swing, doesn't work. Maxi in a 1v3 would need everything to go in their favour. They're actually still alive, waiting for this one. They swing on out, they get a double. Oh, well, thank God they had the numbers. Wilted gets the final kill. Oh, if Maxi pulled that off, that would have been absolutely insane. But there is nothing to separate the two squads. 4v4.
Switching sides.
4v4. 6v6, actually. Well, technically it's a 5v5. Scoreline 6-6. It's been absolute... well, maybe not cinema so far. It's been a good watch. Can't be calling that stuff too early. I mean, we're not even in group stages yet. Gek, 14 kills. Smiley right behind them with 14. Maxi, 11. Cairo with 9. And then 7 for Wilted. Swifty. And also Shaggy on top of that as well. Crits, so far not really being able to find the impact they probably would have wanted on Neon. Especially on the attacking side, so... Interesting to see how they're going to be playing this one over on the defensive end. But much like we saw with Bandits, it's a lot of aggression out early from C main. At least to start this Pitzel. Crits. Angle held, hopefully something for them here. Maxi playing that shoulder peek as Bandits waiting for the aggression early on. Prevail their forward, but they haven't taken too much space. But it is enough that Bandits haven't really done too much with any of their time so far. Now the grouping will come together. They've heard that as well, at least from the seaside side. And all Crit's position reveal. They managed to just sneak away, but now momentum forward. 40 seconds. They're going to go and hit this one forward here with it all together. 5-5. 2 players waiting on the other end, and Maxi's going to find that first one onto Wilton. They've got the angles holding so far. 30 seconds, and now they've got to try and change their pace. The momentum, the side at this point, it is in towards B. There's 2 players waiting on the other end. KZ on that side. Spike initiated. They won't go just in yet. They'll allow them to get the spike plant. But now you can see Bandits, they have to try and get aggressive forward, and Shaggy's having none of it. And now Kyra and Wally are left in a world of hurt, and this might just be completely flawless at this point. Wally trying to shoot through, trying to do anything. It doesn't happen. Crits with the final blow. And that is absolute perfection there for the side of Prevail. And they've laid down the law to start this second half, and Bandits, well, that's both pistols lost. Now they've got to try and reset for this one. Problem is, they just don't particularly have... Well, I mean, it's the second round. You're not going to be buying into this one. You hope maybe you at least force rebuys, make the bonus... Take away from there. It's crits up close. They've been spotted. Oh, this is a really awkward position. They've somehow managed to get out. 21 HP. And again, going to play aggressive on that one. Ford and Gek. That is a beautiful Kobe. You can see it just before we cut away. Gek. The nades all over the top of crits. So, hey, one taken down. Reset into the round. Shaggy's the only one over towards the A side. All of a sudden... See a couple of issues. Make the just rear their ugly head here a little. Shaggy. Hearing the noise at the moment. Until through the wall. That will stop all but one. Kairo's made their way through, and this could be absolutely devastating depending on the timing. Meanwhile, though, Shaggy's found the first. Needs to hold for a little more. Smiley gone as well, and oh dear, 3v2. This has gotten real awkward here for Prevail. Oh, Smiley hasn't seen it. I don't think they've seen each other. No idea. Swifty knows now. That's the round. That is the round done. And that's all together. As I say that, though, Maxi, maybe an opportunity, but 34 HP. Surely there's no way. If anything, they needed to stop the spike plant. And they've just tacked up together here, Bandits. What a response. Blasted. Absolutely destroyed in the pistol round. But Maxi, oh, I was going to say maybe the angle comes through, but Swifty locks it down to 3k from the Viper.
Remember, nobody's a hero when they're crying.
And you really just cannot pick this game at the moment. Someone's got to take control, guys. I mean, we could do, what, for three OTs? Do like 22 each all sides. Yeah, I don't need sleep. It is for the weak. Now Prevail. They find themselves on the thrifty round. Sheriffs across the board, and, well... some information gathered. And Smiley's gathered even more. Have to sacrifice their life for it over towards... That's C-Long, this time 3 players. So once again, a lot of presence from the defenders in that regard. Does put the pressure on Shaggy. As they play around the door here. Door triggered.
Retrieving flash.
The A site seems to be where this one is heading. Door swung open. Can Shaggy find anything here? They get close, but they can't find what they were looking for. Remy does deliver one onto Swifty at the very least. 4v3. Limited util, limited weaponry. Bolted. I'll miss this first one here, but all these angles being covered from both sides. There's just no way you're going to pick all of these here. Cairo, it's not clean. The second one, though, isn't too bad. And now Remy swings into the 2 waiting. 8-7, the scoreline now reads. They'll get their buy-in. Still, Bandits are basically on the bonus. Bit further in here. The credit build-up is fantastic. It's aggressing forward. Presence over towards A main. Thrown away very early. Shaggy. Do they go for a quick hit over towards the C side? We've been fairly slow walks. Already down to a minute. They've basically lost A main presence, but again, there's only the one player. So you're putting a lot of... just a lot on the back of Shaggy here. Again, utility is there to slow down. They've got the instant rotate not far away. Three players over towards the A side. Again, Wally, ultimate there as well.
Not ready yet. Face your
And it's 40
fear!
seconds. They're actually not too sure. And oh dear, they actually might be walking into a bit of an odd one here towards A because they're sort of trying to fake on the other side and they've only got themselves the one, but I'd say that crits has gone down and now they find those picks. 27 seconds. They have to hit the A side, but if they don't clear close left, it could be dangerous. They do, but Remy finds that kill there, and now it's delay, and now it's kills. Might not be delay. It might just be all the damage they need. 15 seconds. They've got to get towards this side. Maxi's in a really awkward position here. But they have to find this first kill. They don't. Wilton's gone. Shaggy could shut this down if timing comes around. They look on this one, and Shaggy finds it. They double up together. And Prevail take the round. It swung each way. And in the end, once again, we're tied. Neither of these teams want to gain an advantage. Biggest lead, again, it's just been 2. It's gone sort of 2-2. 2-2, well, actually basically 2-2, all the way through. Timeout called from Bandits as they have to have a chat about this one. Again, the credits they've built up, not too bad. Prevail probably in a worse situation in that regard, but Remy's saving grace at least means they'll get one more through. Utility could be a little bit off, or at the very least you're going to have some difficulty when it comes to any full armor. So they won't be too fast here, Bandits, but they know that they need to try it. Lock a couple of these away. Again, it's just... who do you pick? Who do you pick at this point? Because both of these squads, when players have had to stand up, they've done their job. It's been clutches, 3, 4Ks. I mean, pretty close to an ace. I don't think, no, we've had, been close to one ace. Not quite. Building up to that one. You don't want to do everything on the first night. Yeah, what more have you got to look forward to? Again, this is map 1. And if I think it's going the way it is, we could be in for a pretty long evening to start ourselves off on relegation end, but I could be completely wrong at the same time. Who knows? But here we go. Rounds at number 17. Shaggy this time is joined by one of their teammates. Bandits very far forward. Oh, Shaggy, that is a very dangerous peak. I don't think they were expecting that at all. They're being chased down as well. Gek's already in towards the side, and they've done incredibly well here, Bandits. Problem is they've only got the 2 on immediately, so they waste a bit of time. Prevail have already got the rotations coming in. There should be a plant and a 5v5 on the retake. Oh, and that one just missed as well. So Shaggy... that ultimate there to take out the primaries can be fantastic, and oh, especially if Swifty's gone just like that. Gek needs to get this kill on a Smiley. They do find it, but now all the primaries not available. Gek, Wally, doesn't matter apparently. Classic's doing the work, and now they've come back online. Maxi, nothing they can do here as Remy finds themselves another. It's all going to be a 1v4 at this point. Time's already ticking, and it's pretty much gone. They stay alive for a little bit longer, Spike. Kairo's low. Time, unfortunately, will get the better of them. At least they might actually take out every single person before they go. Wally survives on 1 HP, and they do get away with that one. As Bandits get the round done. Man, oh man, it just really shouldn't have ended in that instance where they had no players left over. So, I'd be a little bit disappointed in that regard because he could have saved up a few more credits. Doesn't work out. Still, it's a round win. Advantage back. 9-8. Now to Prevail respond to that one. It was a pretty good ask on that side. Gek coming forward. Showstopper's been popped. Unfortunately, it's not going to be able to find anything here. Meanwhile, though, Cairo has got Maxi. That's a massive kill over towards... That was into a mid-side there, so that's not good. And now Prevail, they've basically lost the sight. They're going to have to play this one for the retake in a 5v4. Viper ultimate, I mean, it held out towards C, but they never went there. And now Prevail, it starts to make them a little nervous. Credits not looking great. They need this round. Swally up close. Crits and Smiley will be first ones down here, and Remy will find that one. 4v4. Bam through smokes. It ends up going the way of the Bandit side of things. As Shaggy, though, a double. The defuse at half. Swifty again. Gek, they do it together. And now it's left just to the one here. Shaggy, they got it to halfway, but they need to find the kills. It's not happening. Swifty with the 3k. Bandits up to 10. And now, for the first time this evening, we might see a squad actually get 3 rounds ahead. Bandits, their map pick, looking a little bit more secure now. It's definitely far from over. But that was the round they needed to win just to get some momentum forward. There's been one thing about this game, though. Momentum has not lasted long for either squad. Let's Prevail. Oh, crits. Put down. Oh, the other smoke side. Oh, Smiley. That was clean. Beautiful shot there with the Sheriff. Keeps in the 4v4 and would have loved to be able to pick up that rifle. Won't be happening. As it is well back in main, and Gek make sure of it as they take that one away. Still, though, maybe something to work with. Because, yeah, well, now that rifle is never coming back. A quick change of this one onto the seaside. Shaggy.
I have the spike.
Utility delay for a little. Haven't quite. Again, rotations, that's one thing for Prevail so far that haven't really been quick ones. And, I mean, it is understandable. Squads can so easily switch sides wherever they go, and you can see it right here. The B side looked like where they were going to be getting this one swung into. In the end, they end up on C. Shaggy's pushed away, and that is a big ultimate there. The Viper's Pit covers this one up. So they really want to make sure they secure this round here. It's only up against the Sheriffs, but can never be too careful. Let's Prevail. 4 members remaining. They start to walk on through. Cairo will be the first to greet them if they do push past this Omen smoke, or it goes on the other way. There's the first. Shaggy's got one back, and Cairo and Wilton deliver where they're needed. And it's all just left on Smiley. Nothing they can do in this round any further except take some rifles away. And there might be one presenting itself. They can't hit the first shot, and Swifty punishes them. 11 on the board. And that's 3 in a row here for Bandits, and now timeout for Prevail. What could possibly be their last opportunity here. Just need someone like Crits just to get going a little. Not been their map, just 5 kills the first half, and second half defensive side on Neon. It's not usually where you're going to be finding any more. Meanwhile, though, Bandits, they've all stepped up. Gek is leading the charge early on, but Swifty, Cairo up to 15, 14 for Wilted. On the other end, Shaggy, Remy, Maxi, done their job. It really has been as even as you can get. But it seems that Bandits, just when they needed to lock in, just when they needed to find the rounds, Gonna push it over the edge. Might just be enough here. Ultimate-wise, Prevail do have the 3, so that is something working in their favour. You know, get around here. Preserve those. Maybe there's something can work with on that end, but they need this round at the very least because crowds for next. I mean, they'll force what they can. Bandit's a massive opportunity here. And there is no one on this A site. It's a complete 5-man push up through B. Wow, this is a very, very interesting change of pace here for Prevail. Wally is going to be presented with them. And he now says scene 5, so that'll actually get his teammates to get moving on towards this A side as Wally. He's leving himself in a 1v1 with Remy. He doesn't get the kill, but he does at least distract for long enough. Spike will go down. But here we are, 5v5. Long rotations going back up through C. Swilted make their way back to site. And they've still got plenty of util to hold this down. This is on both ends as well. Swifty is going to be playing aggressive forward. Ooh, the timing works against them. Surely they don't swing into this with no flash ready to go. Distraction from Gek. That would have been the time to do it. Doesn't happen on that side. Now Wilted. He's in a whole lot of hurt. Real big trouble here. Pushing in there. His crits. He's gone. And now it's all left on Cairo. Oh, Cairo! Surely not. He's got the angle for it. But Remy delivers. Oh, some of these rounds, there's no time. They don't have time. Cairo's done enough. And Remy survives with a skin in their teeth, but Bandits get the 12th.
Point.
Hey, all right, Tibbs. I mean, yeah. Great angle. Great finishing angle for the round there, but man, that is, well, heartbreaking for Prevail. Enough to buy what they can, but no real rifles there that possibly they could have had into the next. Oh, they're so close. Massive from Cairo. The fact they get 3 is unbelievable. And now the equation is simple. 4 in a row for OT. Bandits need just the 1 to take a series lead here. And it's all in together. Crits up close. I don't mind that play with the shotgun. The Smiley, though, they stay aggressive. They find 1, trying to keep themselves alive. They can come out of here with 2. It would be absolutely massive. They only get the 1. Still 3v2. Prevail have the advantage. Spike's still in the hands of Bandits. But a lot of chaos happening. Still 60 seconds left in the round.
Bring them down.
Now they know there's at least 1 waiting on the other end as well. So the A site, it's open. They'll get a plant. Prevail need a 3v2 on the retake to keep this one going at least 1 more round. They group up together. No ultimates. No util left on Swifty. Wally. The angle, it's not bad, but it's only good for 1, and now Swifty needs a double. They start to tap. Time becomes a bit of an issue. Oh, Swifty! That's how you finish things! What a transfer! 13-8. Bandits come out on top. Absolute cinema from start to finish. Both teams putting on a show, and Bandits will take their map pick. Unbelievable stuff there in the end. As we have a look at some of that damage, the kills all came together perfectly. Gek ended up with 20. Smiley 19, 18 for Cairo, 19 for Remy, Swifty 18, Shaggy 50. I mean, look at just the evenness. Everyone, when they needed to do their part, they've put it together. 6 first bloods from Gek. Massive there. Wilton with 4. And in the end, that's probably the difference maker. They just do enough. And I mean, you got to say though, Prevail, they definitely did enough to make me think that this might be going all the way in the best of 3. But guys, we've got to like that. We're going to take a quick little break. When we return, we're going to be seeing what else we've got here for our map number 2. That, of course, will be Icebox. And if we go all the way, Haven will be the third. We will see you very shortly after this short little break. Well, that was a pretty decent start to relegations, I'd have to say, guys. Welcome back in, everyone. If you've missed the first map, well, you'd have to say you'd missed a bloody banger. 13-8 Bandits. It was close pretty much till the end, and even then, some of those rounds, if they swung Prevail's way, we were going 13-8 the opposite side. We're going to OT. I could see the 28-28 just coming together. But it is Bandits are coming out on top. It was their map pick, so they'd have to be pretty happy with that one. And now we are looking to go to Icebox. The team's just coming back from their little break, and gotta say, very much enjoyed that one. It's nice to be back. I mean, it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for Bandits and Prevail for delivering such a stunner to begin it. But now we have to look to map number 2, Icebox and Prevail. Well, again, they did enough, but can they switch things around here for our secondary map, well, map pick? Well, they kind of have to if they want to stay alive in this series. Again, still 4 days worth of games to completely go through, so I'm sure they're going to be at least alive for a couple of days at the very least, but they'll be hoping to try and make this 1-1. Bandits, a 2-0 closeout would be perfect for them, because otherwise we are going to Haven as our last map pick. Speaking of the map vetoes, in case you've seen it, well, that's what we've got so far. And you'll be seeing Abyss's band. That is actually supposed to be Karate. Is that it? Has anybody been able to pronounce a new one? Corrode. That's the one we're looking for. Unfortunately, Atlas OCE has made the beautiful overlay you're seeing before you. Love the man. Go give him a follow. You've probably seen it pop up in the Twitch chat a couple of times there for the overlay bit. Has not updated the map pools quite yet on that one. He will be onto it, but there's no rush. So that means that Abyss replaces Corrode at the time. But we are getting ready to get our agent picks selected. Players are getting themselves in the lobby. And let's see what we're going to have here on Icebox. Prevail, we're starting on the attacking side. Bandits chose to start on the defensive. So what will they be able to deliver? What we see before us here. Swifty back onto the Viper while he's going to go for that Sova. Seems about the same things. I do like a Harbour pick, actually. I don't mind a Harbour pick. Smiley onto the Omen. They got the Killjoy, Reyna. Very old school composition, but I mean, it works on Icebox quite well. Yoro with Gek. Wilted looking to do something there. And I've got to say, one person who needs to just stand up, especially for Prevail in this one, will have to be Crits. Got to say, they were unfortunately on the bottom of the scoreboard in that last map. And it was kind of a difference maker in the end. So if they can get some momentum early, couple of kills, that's what they'll be hoping for. Meanwhile, Bandits, same old, same old. They will wait until the very end. You always have one team who wants to wait all 60 seconds, you know. Push it all the way through. But these are going to be the lineup. So, 2 Sovas. You got 1 Omen. In the end, it is just sort of, it is the double up when it comes to, so we've got 3. So, 2 Killjoys, 2 Vipers, 2 Sovas. And then some slight changes when it does come to a couple of the other agents. So Harbour is going to be the difference there. Also the Yoro. Reyna locked in for crits. And it will be Killjoy. No, not Killjoy. Omen. Killjoy. Am I? No, Omen's different ones for Smiley. I don't know why I was even looking at that. But here we go. It is Icebox map number 2. 13-8 from Bandits on the first. Can Prevail respond? Or are we going to be done with a 2-0 to start off our evening here for relegations? It is, of course, day 1. 4 days of this. Well, technically 5, actually. Monday through to Friday. 4 groups of 5 teams. Every team plays 4 games with 1 bye. The top 10 will make it to group stage. And then from group stage, playoffs beckons. And there's so much more from that. Overseas play, money on the line. There's no pressure. No pressure whatsoever. Tibbs, of course, our OBS, I was about to say overlay, is our OBS for the evening. They've found the snowman to begin this one. So, Bandits on the defensive side. Prevail will find themselves on the attack. And on their map pick, what can they deliver in a pistol round? They won both in the last map, so Possibly something to work with there, Wally. It's information of at least one hanging around towards A. Does seem that's where Prevail want to start this one off. Shaggy monitoring mid. The other three ready to attack on the other side. The Viper holding B main, and Bandit so far happy to wait. Rotations have come in, so they're going to have 3 players basically on the side. Kyro's going to be a little bit deeper. They're worried about any mid flanks, which they've got every right to. But Remy going to start this one off towards B. They're hoping they can play a little bit of a distraction on that end. The recon dart, though, it's perfect. All he gets an information. Swifty, that'll delay with the snake bite venom as well. 37 seconds, and now they have to commit. Well, he's got himself in a decent position up top, and I do wonder if they do pick this one. Oh, they do, because Smiley is just going to send straight off the bat. Presented a free head there. Swifty gets the trade back, puts it into a 4v4. Gek, flash goes out. It finds all 3, and he gets himself the double. Spike won't even be planted. What a flash from the Yoro. And now Remy has to try and book it towards side, and all they're booking it to is an early grave. There, English words, incredibly hard to try and string together all at once. The Bandits, they will find their first pistol of the evening. Good start in the defensive here on Icebox, and they're looking to try and take this momentum from the last map. I believe now if it's 8-8, that's 6 rounds in a row for counting the 5 they put together. So maybe real opportunity to try and get momentum. Keep it here. They want to just blast through this second map after such an enthralling brawl over on map 1. And, well, when you're doing that early on, be feeling in pretty good stead. Taken out before they can even do anything there. Crits. The Euro flash, the fake one. Seeing if something might come together. Meanwhile, Kyro's dealt with Shaggy. The Killjoy battle. Continue on towards this B hit. Now Gek. Decent spot towards yellow box. Remy taken off guard. Gek finds himself another, and it might just be flawless here. Only up against pistols. The Bandits liking what they're feeling so far. Wilton will get themselves a 3K. And it's 2-0.
Take them out before they even pull the trigger.
So bonus round here for the side of Bandits. Prevail. Pretty much all they need, utility gun-wise with the rifles. Again, looks like they'll stick this one over towards A early on. Usually, it's the site for where most of Icebox comes together. Bandits, well, they are getting very aggressive forward 3. Not for this one here. Gek gets the tap to the head. Not the kill though, and crits. Comes out on top in that regard in the end. Still 3 waiting over towards that A side early. Decide not to commit anything else in too quickly. So far, Prevail. Just waiting to see if Bandits put any more aggression together there. I was going to say Maxi, they just missed. I was going to say Swifty. Half a second. Thought they'd come out.
Toxin screen down.
He's decently far forward again. No commitment there, and that is more of a distraction towards that B side. A is where the rest of the team are going to be taking this one. And oh, how about that timing? A site basically for free. Wilted up close with that stinger. And they will be able to get at least one, but rotations will start to come in. But now this is where the weaponry, we've got those rifles at a bit of longer range, should be enough here. Doesn't mean they won't try and get something done here, Bandits. Shaggy playing close. information on that side. Smiley up and above. Oh, misses that spray. Shaggy in the meantime, though, does get that kill. A second not coming their way. And now Swifty with 2. Smiley finally delivers off that one. Jumping on down. Tap on the defuse. Time working against them. But Cairo with another. Maxi just has to play time. Has to work it together. And does the job. It's not easy. And they had to sacrifice so much. But it is a first round on the board. But the problem is for Prevail, they come out with nothing. And that was against the bonus. And this buyback in's going to be... it's going to be real awkward. It's essentially just going to be a half one. And you won the last round. But, I mean, for Bandits, they don't win it, but it's basically the perfect bonus round. Take all the rifles away. Get some extra credits on top of that. You've got 4 rifles. Ultimates are building. Now Prevail on the back foot early here. Still, the Sheriffs can do the damage. Cairo's going to have to find themselves at least one, you'd feel. It doesn't happen, and now all these Sheriffs, they've managed to do all the work. Gek tries to come in for a teleport. They've been ripped apart. Swifty needs some kills. They get 2, but it's not enough. And now Wilted left all on his lonesome. Smiley is behind him, and that is a massive round for Prevail, done in 30 seconds flat. 5 Sheriffs tear Bandits to pieces. And it happened a few times there on the last map. Both squads, they had everything that they were hoping for in terms of rifle advantage, utility. But when it came to the round, they couldn't put it together. And now Bandits, it's the 5 Sheriffs. And oh boy. What a response from Prevail. Massive stuff there. Swifty tries to go aggressive early with Gek. For Prevail, they do not fall like Bandits did in the previous round. Get those kills, keep it a 5v3, they can fall back to spawn. And basically it's the round over already. A-site, just the one player there, that's Cairo. Got some utility. If anything, it'll just delay, distract. But they need a couple of headshots. Taken out from that side, Cairo. Spot the head there, the spam's through, and they do get Smiley. Stay alive. Now the pit popped as well, Remy. They're not taking any chances here, Prevail. Wilted already gone as well now. Should be round done. It's crits. Finds themselves a double. Cairo left all on their lonesome. Found one in the round. No more than that. And crits. Called upon them to find some kills, impacts, get some confidence after that first map. And it's looking good so far. Up to 6. And Prevail take the lead after dropping the pistol. Bandits. Just a reset here. Looked like they were about to get a 3-0, 4-0 going in their favour. Now, they find themselves... Here. They lose this round all of a sudden. 4-2. Start to get a little out of hand here, Smiley. Up and above the tubes. Waiting to see if there could be an angle present itself. Cairo was there. They fall away. Thinking about spraying through that Omen smoke. Split onto B. It's begun. 3 already all the way through, basically, towards the site. So Swifty with a bit to do here. Smoke's laid down. Spray through. Oh, it's almost perfect on the crits. They just survive. Plant, though, goes down, but when you've got the Hunter's Fury coming together, it's almost found themselves a double. In the end, nothing. Well, he does get the damage at the very least, but Smiley, this is perfect up and above. They'll get that trade as Coro's got one, but crits onto Wally immediately back. Gek, though, coming in very late. Smiley not expecting that one. 3v3. Crits just 25 HP. Playing around this harbour. Smoke side. Wilted known. Gek getting the information and the dimensional drift. They know there's one around from Yellow Box Flash on that side. They decide to play it pretty safe out forward. This more defuse. It's just going to go through. They need to stop this and they don't. Crits not aware. Bandits all perish. But they get the round. They get that important point on the board. They say pros don't fake. I don't know if we call any of these people professionals. But, hey, they're better than you and me. A big round there from Bandits. Again, they lose everything when it comes to weaponry, and the full buys back in means they're going to be short on the armor, but it's the round win. Prevail kicking themselves there. Just not realizing maybe the full commit. All the utility that was out, distractions. Skip. To trade there between himself and Smiley as Coro's gone down. Wilton, oh, he's not ready for Smiley, who's done the flank around as well. Perfect stuff for the Omen. And now Shaggy's just walking through. Swifty's gone. 4v2 now in the round.
Not ready yet. Shadows traveling.
I know where Gek and Wally, I think pretty sure both were spotted at that point. Shaggy's flanking from the other side as well. Gek, I think, aware of this possibility, but not for that close. And Shaggy puts them down, and they get the double. A 3k from Shaggy, the Killjoy. Cleans it up. Prevail respond. And Bandits are back to credits in the dump. Wally, 0 and 6. Yet to find themselves a kill after 7 rounds. Not usually what a Sova does, but I'd like to get themselves on the board. Darts traded back over towards the A site. Not particularly too much information gathered from either end. The ultimate pop here from Crits. Looking to try and find some damage here. Look pretty solid on the Rainer so far. Perfect round for it. Coming up against this Eco. Couple of slight pistol buy-ups. The A has been left now. Seems like they're going to be shooting this one into a B, and I was going to say Bandits are slightly reading this one. They've got presence of mind to get a few over here. As I say that, though, the recommitment to 8. Now Cairo.
30 seconds
I was going to
left.
say that the ultimate pop here could do something. I don't think they're going to use it into this round. Still, if Swifty's hitting shots like that, things could get a little bit dangerous. Crits. Immediate trade back, though. 4v4. Swifty now has a Vandal in hand, so definitely something to use. Defuse is touched, but that Hunter's Fury coming out. Pushes him off it. Does a little bit of damage. Still trade stay 3v3. They need to get back on this spike here, but they're doing enough. Swifty's got one. Oh, Remy! Oh, my lord. 3. Blink and you miss it. I was about to say, just as you... Well, I was about to say that was almost Bandit stealing that one away. Remy goes, yeah, nah, sorry, mate. That's not happening. Transfers on that, absolutely fantastic. And a big round in the end for Prevail. They breathe a sigh of relief considering what they're up against. Got a little bit more hairy than they would have hoped for. As we take the Travelator. But actually, I don't know if this is technically a Travelator or it's the bag pickup area. I want to say it's a Travelator, because if it's a bag pickup area, it's just no real setup for it. I'll say Travelator. Credits for Bandits. They're up enough that they should have themselves a full buy here. They're playing with that dangerous game where it's just going to be sort of half, sort of not quite full. All of a sudden, Prevail, they got themselves 6 here. They can start to work a nice little lead. Their map pick after dropping 13-8. First map, of course, over on Lotus. Swifty, ooh, spray. Not too far away from finding some damage. Cairo, though, has just been deleted. Killjoy completely out of the round already, so all that util gone. I think Prevail, they want to keep continuing with this one. I mean, they've got the knowledge now. No Killjoy utility to stop them. Got their own Killjoy ultimate here to make sure of this hit onto the A site. Play it perfectly. So they should have themselves a 5v4. Bandits have managed to get the rotates over pretty quickly. Now also on top of that, Viper's Pit there as well. Gex out early. Oh, that's good stuff. He finds that one onto crits. So close to where Remy was as well. Oh, and he hits the flash. Remy is completely stranded. Managing to stay alive somehow. But this has actually worked against Prevail pretty quickly. Wilton Swifty finding all these kills. And now Remy has to stay alive. If they've got any chance, they need this right here. Swifty's ready where Maxi is. It's left on the Viper. And Remy can only find one. And Bandits, that is a clinical retake. Prevail, they seem to do everything correctly. Initial play in, used all the utility, the ultimates, seemingly everything covered. But they get into the 1v1 battles and just all falls to pieces, no trades whatsoever. Bandits laughing all the way to the bank with that one. A gift of a round for them.
Placing swamp grenade.
Still, money's a little bit awkward. Guy's got enough there. Ultimate's on that Killjoy. The other side of Bandit says Cairo. Playing off that one. They might be called upon early in this round. They were taken out very early towards 8. The previous there. I'd like to stay alive a little bit longer for this one. The deciding factor to try and hold this one down here.
Killed my bot.
It's Remy and Shaggy.
Toxins going up.
They want to take this route through Tube's kitchen. Waiting on the other side. Feels like the B split. It's what's going to be coming, but Spike is still over towards A. They haven't really got any movement anywhere so far. Prevail, this is it's just gotten a little awkward. I feel like they're going to be forced here. Onto an A hit, but no. Late rotate towards B.
30 seconds left.
So now Swifty. The only one there at the moment. Kara's got a quick rotate. They delay, they wait. Snake bite on that side. Doesn't even need the snake bite. Swifty gets that kill. Spike gone down. They need to get this planted now. Wally's got it covered on the other end as well. It should be going through at the very least. They'll just get it. 4v4. Gek needs this kill in mid with Shaggy. They get it. Smiley trades it back onto Cairo. Prevail. Maybe there's something they can do with this round. It's seeming like they might have been lost on the other side. Smiley gets Wally though. That's a big kill. Oh, the timing though. Gek. 1v2. Oh, they've got no idea. Smiley's got no clue. Finds that one, but now they need to find this one onto Remy. And time becomes the issue. Flash through past the harbour wall. Try to stick it. Get towards half. Remy's having none of it, and Prevail keep that advantage in their favour, 6-4. Another round that could have gone either way for both squads. It is Prevail doing the work that's needed at the moment just to maintain this lead. And a great opportunity here for a 7-8-4 on the cards.
Alarm bot out.
Poison orb.
Getting aggressive early. It's good aim practice, Cairo. I like that. It's Hey, look, the classic doesn't do major damage. I can tell you though, the major damage is about to hit towards the A site. Wilton and Shaggy wait on that end, but now the A hit, it comes in, and a limited weapon utility gonna work against him on this side here. Swifty does get crits though from the util back. Oh, they're low. Some of these Prevail players are very, very low. And now Shaggy's flanked from the other side. Has to do the damage. Harbour ult as well. But Shaggy, that was talking about it behind! Oh, Shaggy! Rips them to shreds! Gex left it all to do! Two players are incredibly low. But Shaggy, the flank, I thought it maybe was just too late, but it comes in perfectly.
Last round
7-4. Big round. And now have a chance for that 8th. That's got to hurt for Bandits. They end up using so many of their ultimates to get in for that one there. And to be fair, it almost seemed perfect for them. Even with limited weaponry, they got that first initial kill. They'd done so much damage to the rest of the players just through util. From the Prevail point of view, that's Shaggy. That's a star play there. They needed something for a round that could have got really awkward. And well, speaking of, oh, this is interesting one here, Gek. Thinking about going forward. And oh, they're not going to spend a double at all. Swifty just gets that one for free. They don't even think about that one there. Smiley's up and above though. Could work in their favour. And now Remy's in, oh, such an awkward position. And they know they're there as well. Gek gets Maxi, and now Smiley needs to find something here. He needs the double. He can't get more than one. And Shaggy, brother. 4K last round wasn't too bad. But this one would need to be something absolutely special. 55 seconds, angles covered from everywhere. And they're about to swing into 2. Swifty's not having any of it. Bandits will get their 5 as we switch sides here on map number 2.
Switching sides.
Swifty, 14 kills and a half, leading everyone on the server. Prevail. Very even across the board. 10 to Smiley, 10 to Shaggy, 10 to Crits, 9 to Remy. Gek, I should say, has got 9. Cara at 7. 6 for Wilton. 9 for Remy. 6 also for Maxi. Wally has 4. Second half, here we go. Prevail. 7-5 lead. Looking to try and take this to Haven. Bandits. Can they do this on the attacking side to take a 2-0 here on night 1 of our relegation matches? Utility out. 3 players await them. Maxi, the spams through. Don't quite find the damage they would have been hoping for. They've actually got 4 waiting around on this one. And look at this Omen smoke delaying. Tapped ones on that one there. Again, the spam through. And Maxi in the end is finding that first kill. And now this just feels awkward for Bandit. They don't really know what they want to do. They can try and re-rotate around, but they would need Remy to go down on the flank. Kyro's down to 13 HP. Now they feel flanked. They feel trapped. Remy, though, almost perished actually to the turret in the end. But if they're going to do this, they have to go now. Rotate's already coming out from the other side. Molly and wilted, though. Bang. That is the one straight back they needed. And now Smiley goes aggressive forward. Doesn't know that Wally's still waiting up there. And what a swing this has been from Bandits. 4v2 now. 2 players incredibly low. But Kyro's on a flank behind. Oh, and they're hearing this as well. Shaggy's dead to rights. There's no way they're going to predict that Kyro's sitting here. Should be the easiest of kills. Oh, no! Kyro! Oh, the caster curse is real! And now Shaggy could maybe do something fantastical. Won't happen in this instance. So Kyro can take a sigh of relief as Maxi. 1v3. And they don't need to peek him. He tries to tap. He tries to pull them out in 1v1 fights. And to be fair, he's done some damage. But time now against the Sova. 2. And whoa, the 3rd would have almost been there as well. Gek finishes it off. You just can't call these ones so far. Bandits, they find the pistol. Can tie this one back up immediately to start this second half. Kyro practicing their, just the tracking there after, well, I don't know. I don't know. Something happened. I mean, you know, you have a. I'm trying to think of the animal where it's like just they don't remember anything. You know, you forget it. You move on to the next round. For some reason, my brain has decided to forget that said animal. So perfect. Crits. Spawning. Well, I think that was the Euro flash, but it is the Bandit squad that are making their way up here. Oh, spam through. Oh, Smiley. Very awkward spot there. Gek in the meantime out duels their fellow duelist. They've got all the stack at least in the right space here, Prevail, but can they find more than 1 or 2? Or any. Smiley. Just the low HP. Oh, well, hang on. It's a little more than 1 or 2 there. Maxi and Smiley. Do enough to leave it in a 3v2 position. Maybe, just maybe, there's a way back in here for the defenders.
Toxins going up.
Possibility of some better rifles on the ground. Fought off this one. Remy spots the shoulder. Can't deliver. Kill right there. Kyro, though. Oh, hello. Yeah, okay. They've locked in after that one. 7 apiece. Bandits. That's now 3 in a row. First 2 to start this half. Bonus round coming up here. Prevail. Defensive side. Not going the way they wanted to start this one. Still. Guns out now. Need a response here. Playing this one pretty far forward. Late alarm bot there, Kyro. Possibly heard the setup for that one. Gek. Already at yellow box. 3 players on the B site waiting for this one. No need to commit to anything just yet, though.
Yeah, that was a B-hop, crits. Clean. 50 seconds. Kara finds that alarm bot. Just hung around B. No commitment. No one found yet. But this is where it's going to end. Starts to make their way in towards the spike. Utility up on all ends. Spike is being planted, but it won't be put through. Maxi stops it. 20 seconds now. They get to trade there to keep it in the 4v4. So Kairo's got the flank behind, so that could work in their favor, and Swifty deletes Maxi out of this one, and now this is getting really, really worrisome. If you're the side of Prevail, you're up against the bonus round, and all of your teammates are falling down around you. Swifty's got 3, Remy with it all to do, and there is absolutely no way they're going to be finding 4 here. Swifty, though, they deliver their 4th, 8-7. Bandits retake the lead. Prevail, this is getting awkward. Thinking you might be seeing a timeout. Maybe you save that for the next round when you would have the full guns. You know, even across the board, the 11 and 10 kills. But they need someone to step up. Like Bandits have Swifty 20 on the Viper. Been on another level so far in this game. Crits, shoulder spotted. Damage swung out. Bandits, they might just go quick into this one. They've gone very quickly. And they've already delivered that first kill there. Smolly responds to one back there on the Sheriff. Just to fall away off that one. Ooh, wasn't far off. We'll find him Wally there either. So they get the site quickly. Prevail, though, do have a fair bit of utility they can come back in with. Still, it's not the utility, it's the weapons. Harbour ultimate popped. Utility, everything swung on. Swifty, Wally finding all the picks they need, and there is nothing that is working right now to start this second half for the side of Prevail. Swifty, another massive round. They're up to 23. They're just having the time of their lives at the moment. Bandits, 5 in a row. Money is back in for Prevail, but they're running out of opportunities here. Trying to keep themselves in this series. Looking to go to a third map. Now that is seemingly very much a distant thought right now. Need a response, need someone to find some kills, and what do you do here? Do you go for the extra aggression? You don't want to risk losing many rifles early. You can see it happening in mid, and Cairo comes out on top of Shaggy. Everything just working for Bandits at the moment. Crits, their aggression finds nothing either as Gek gets that one down, and just like that, 5v3. Prevail spread thin, and Smiley is called upon to do absolute work here. They don't take the bait on the flash. They do find that first one. They should be able to teleport out, get the smoke down. Maybe there is an opportunity here. Still on this side. Smiley again continues to do damage. Flash is good, but now they have to worry about that flank. They are actually sort of reading it at the moment. Maxi, oh, we looked away and almost the timing, but Cairo's seen it, but now they know there's nothing towards B. But the Omen teleports. Smiley. Bandits, they've read that. They go through mid instead.
Time to jump.
Gek
Here.
makes their way in towards the site. They know Remy's position as well. This flash will put them in such an awkward position. They're actually swinging one the other way. They do get one back. Cairo, though, with that kill onto Maxi. Sure, that's round done. Smiley.
Planted.
Very, very quickly, they are all the way back here.
Towards attacker spawn. Gex being dealt with. Lovely shot there. And now wilted. Position known. Still a bit of time here as well. And Cairo almost revealed themselves there. Smiley tries to tap once, but now that Killjoy utility does the work, and Wilton knows the positioning perfectly. Bandits Esports Club. They are just looking the goods right now. Timeout comes in from Prevail. It might be a little too late though. 10-7, most likely 11 here. You don't have the buy. I mean, what do you do at this point to try and stop this Bandit momentum? Tibbs gives us a beautiful view from the top. That's a penguin. The oil fracking. It's actually the machine there is the crate that's holding is all of the money that goes into Falcon Esports teams that don't actually do anything. Which is a fair bit. At least if we're talking CS terms. I have had success in a couple other things, but the CS one, well, I mean, I just find that humorous at that point. Anyway, enough about that. Into round number 18. Remy pressing forward. Oh, wow. They are really putting their fast burners on here, and they put themselves in a very awkward position. Actually, still managed enough to maybe get the one here. Smiley tries to teleport out. Gex having none of it. Bandits, they're feeling it right now. Aggress forward. Oh, Gex, another one. Shaggy's taken out. Can't even shoot. Not a singular bullet. Kritz's position is known. They're about to get swung on by 3 people. Oh, it's just absolute destruction now. Flawless about to come up here. Maxi doesn't line at least that one. So that's not happening. But Prevail, they just cannot stop this attack from Bandits. 11-7. Full buys in. Perhaps for the last time. After looking so good in that first half, nothing. They just cannot stop these attacks, and a lot of these rounds just haven't even been close. Someone needs to put their hand up. Stop the rot. But if Swifty keeps going the way they have, there's not much hope here. Still. Got the credits. Well, you know, we all make mistakes. But it probably get killed there in the end. Information found there from Maxi as well. And it's a good kill for Crits. It started out, they were 6-3. Again, they just haven't really had the presence to get stuff done. But Remy now onto Cairo. Finally, it seems like Prevail are going to be getting around on the board. Still, 60 seconds. Plenty of time to work into the A site. And Swifty's alive. And if Swifty's alive, there's every chance that this round can still fall the way of Bandits. Ollie slowly gets themselves perched. They're trying to chase this one. They saw them and they get it as well. So Remy's taken out of the round here. Crits trades it back, but Swifty 3v2. You get a little nervous if you're a Prevail fan right now. Spark should be planted. Hunter's Fury out from Maxi. And again, it might actually do enough. It distracts. It actually gets 2.5 as well. Wilton trying to plant this.
10 seconds left.
Gets it safe. But now it's all on Swifty. If anyone's going to clutch a 1v3. Oh no, surely not. The blind there. The tap on the defuse. They'll get it towards half. The snake bite. It'll push them off there. Oh, Swifty, stop it. You're not allowed to do that. It's just too easy for them. They're up to 28. And if that hasn't completely grinded every single bit of hope that Prevail might have had left, it's got to be pretty close. 5 match and series points. And Swifty. Well, there is at least one Swifty fan in the chat. I know that much. And they've been at it a lot. Which, you know what, fair enough. Because they might have missed a few things. And you don't want to miss any of this right now. Prevail, buy what they can. It is definitely enough to try and hold this off, but they need 5 in a row. Otherwise, their start to the relegation side of things here for Split 2 OCE is going to be with a series loss. Crits swings on out, finds that first one. They need to get momentum. Maxi's there for it as well. They're not going to go down without a fight here, and Crits gets Swifty. And Wally and Cairo head for the hills. This round, this time, it does feel like it's over.
Cover going out.
Surely Prevail have themselves a first here. I said it in the last round. Surely you couldn't cast a curse them 2 times in a row.
Last player standing. Spike down.
Doesn't
mid.
seem like it. Smiley with 1. And a second presents itself as well. And it's taken a long, long time, but they're finally on the board. But not before Bandits have locked in 7 on the trot. But even with that momentum, they're going to take a quick timeout. Don't allow Prevail to quickly get into the next one. So the plan now is 4 in a row. Keep it going. Can they find it though? Swifty 28 and 11. Star of the show for this one. 17 for Smiley. Crits up to 14. 15 for Gek. Can they do this though? Can they find themselves? It's not just the rounds. They've got to somehow get credits out of the hand of Bandits. It's not really going to happen. So they're going to be up against full buys every single round from this point on. Use 3 ultimates in that last round as well. 2 for Bandits. 1 there for Smiley. And yeah, there's a beer. I think Swifty probably deserves one after this series. But they're still got to win it first. Gotta say, I was looking over to the right there on the 3-minute delay, and I can see the chat just saw the Swifty 1v3. Swifty, oh, Smiley feels the damage from those bullets just making their way through there. All presence at A. Crits. Drops away. Voids that Sova dart. Self and Maxi on the A side will be joined by their Viper as well. $50 seconds.
You should run.
Killjoy ultimate comes out. So they should realistically get a plant here. Force them back.
30 seconds
Tildy
left.
dropped. Ulted with the plant. And Prevail need a 5v5 retake if they want to stay alive here. Otherwise, they're going down in 2-13-8 fashion. Wally, Smiley, he's distracting them at least on the other side there as Crits gets a trade. Swifty's out of the round, so now it's the rest of the Bandit players who they themselves have done enough to warrant them being able to clutch this one out. Gek and Wally finding the players. Oh, Gek! Have yourself a 3k to end it. 13-8.
And that's how it ends. 2 incredibly solid maps of Valorant. But in the end, it will come down to the win for Bandit Esports Club. When they needed to come together, they did. And I got to say, at least that one, it was all pretty even the last map, but there is very much something that stands out above the rest. Swifty, 379 average combat score, 29 and 12, 103 econ rating, 5 first bloods. I mean, what more could you ask for in that context? Gex had 18, Smiley and Crits, 17 and 15 respectively, 13 for Maxi, Cairo with 13, 12 for Remy, 12 to Shaggy, Wally with 11, Wilted with 10. I mean, it was great. It was a great watch from start to finish. I enjoyed myself. I hope everyone else did as well. That is going to conclude our first night here, guys. So thank you very much for popping by. Thanks for all the follows. I'll be here for, I think, pretty much all days I should be on. I'm trying to think. It's Monday through Friday for this one. So I reckon I should. Big shout out to Tibbs, who was observing tonight. Fantastic work there. Allowed me to do my casting without having to worry about buttons, which, I mean, that just makes a hell of a lot of difference. So thank you very much for Tibbs for jumping on for that one. Also, you've seen the command prompt come up. Atlas, his overlay. Give the man a follow. He's done all this for free. We were all using this overlay he's created. It's ridiculous. He's doing this for free. Someone bloody hire the man to do this stuff. He shouldn't be doing it for free. I say as we're doing all this casting for free, but that's another matter entirely. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I guess we should check if anyone is still streaming at the moment. I don't know if they are. Do we have any games going? I can see K-Man has his. I don't know if he's finished or not, though, so we'll have to check in on that one there. But, guys, thank you very much for coming along. I've been Daddy Slim. I hope you've enjoyed, and we will see you all next time. But we will see you all next time. Yeah. I don't know why I've said this to myself twice. Bye.